Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Welcome along.
The track temperature's rising.
Smokey.
It's now 39 Celsius.
How are you? Anyone joining us? Well as you, Smokey. Welcome along for one more time. This in the iRacing Grand Prix Tour. The Red Bull Ring. There's the big Red Bull. There's the main straight. Yeah, I'm not too bad. I've had a Sunday roast for dinner. It's lovely. Had some lamb. Haven't managed to get as many practice laps as I normally do. Whew. That was a lively rear end. 3 splits, 22 cars each. There were 66 sign-ups before we came to the session, so we are in split 1 of 3, 22 car field, so the same number of cars that are going to be starting in a few hours in real life at the Red Bull Ring. Today we are car number 11. So, should be good fun. Should be great fun. Excellent. All right, let's reapply the Spielberg, because that's the area we're in. Spielberg qualifying setup. Get out there and see if we can't finish the second lap of qualifying, which has been troublesome here for some reason.
All right, Adrian, we've got 2 laps. Let's get this done. The track temperature's increasing. It's now 39 Celsius.
Track temp. Track temp's 39.4. We had a lovely cool track temp in the pre-race practice session. Lovely and overcast. Although the air temp's pretty similar at the moment. The track temp was way down. I think it was like 34 degrees. We've got 38 now. See what we got.
The leader's just done at 108.49. The leader has just done at 108.45. The leader has just done at 106.47. Seventh position.
Hey, Florian. Good to have you.
Sector 1 is 0.34 off the pace. New fastest lap for Mario, 106.19. Sector 2 is 0.42 off the pace.
Ooh, 7.3 is not bad. I'll take that. Right now it has us. No yellow in the last sector, no. No, that was a bit of a controversy. I have to say, though, annoyingly, I was all ready to get full-on upset at why the stewards had just said no investigation. And then you watch the replay, and it's just, oh yeah, it was a single yellow. And George lifted. I don't know. I don't know that the lifts that the Formula One drivers do. I know they're Formula One drivers, but I still don't feel like they're enough. But they've just got to lift for a single yellow. Be ready to change direction. Yes and no. I don't know. It took them 15 seconds to throw the double. Like, I think whether that was too long. But yeah. Well, interestingly, looking at George's telemetry, George wasn't like George crossed the line 6 kilometers an hour slower than his previous lap in free practice 3. His previous push lap was slower at like in speed at the line. Like his whole trace from the last corner is just slightly slower than his previous run. So yeah, people saying, oh, he may have regenerated some energy, or with saving the tires. Yeah, I mean that snap for I maybe all those things were true. Maybe he did have more energy. Maybe he did have better tires. He wasn't able to use it though. He wasn't able to put it down. But yeah, how was that snap for? Like, we've all had that snap. Like, he gets up on the curb and he turns in and just lets go. I don't think it was even him getting back on the power. I think it went from the turn in. And yeah, I don't, it doesn't matter who you are. Verstappen's one hell of a driver. He's got one hell of car control. There was no way he was saving that. None whatsoever.
That's the end of the session, P11.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough to suggest that stuff. But yeah. Yes, it was an exciting end. We ended up and speaking of exciting ends, we ended up P11. And it was bit under 4/10 that decided the pole here. Mario Bodlos over Sean Karen, Pilanola, then Stanaris. Luke Vesti. Luke won't be pleased with that starting position. I have a Spielberg IGBT saved about 15 minutes ago. Well, about half an hour ago.
Good luck.
Gonna add one.
Soon come.
P11, cold tyres all round. The track temp is 37 Celsius. The air temp is 23.
I didn't really think about tyre choice, but looks like we're going on the mediums to start,
Straight to Frankie.
which is all good. I may just stick with the tried and true and do the two-stop. Get off the mediums early, get onto the softs. Do a 25 and a 30. Hey, Vito. Thanks for joining.
Okay, standing start. Floor it, green, green, green. Car right. Hold your right side clear. Okay, Adrian, the next car is Veloce. No, car right. Still there. Still there. Still there. Hold your line, right side's clear. There's an incident in Gossa. Looks like it's Alfaro.
Ooh. I was not even looking in my mirrors. I was eyes on stalks forward, to be honest.
The next car is Barnes, and their rating is 4.2, V12.
Ah, come on, Adrian. Can't lose the train.
Slippery surface flag.
Ooh, careful, Vernon. There's still a Balash there. Hey, Vlad.
The leader has just done a 110.22.
Hey, Antica.
You've just done a 112.07.
Yeah, it's getting a bit of a pounding. Normally the cars are a bit more spread out.
There's an incident in Gossa. You think it might be Veloce?
Balash is off. Hey, Emily. Hey, Michael.
That's a new fastest lap for Karen, 109.94. Gap to Barnes. Ahead is now 0.8. Okay, Adrian, we'll need to pit for fuel by lap 69. P11. That lap time was 110.46. That's your fastest lap today.
Come on, Adrian. Work it out. Not good driving yet.
We've got debris on the track. They're showing a red-yellow flag. Ahead is now 0.5.
You can use curbs.
Fastest lap for Mario, 109.24.
Where we wouldn't laugh because we don't like the heat either.
Lost both 2 seconds there.
Well, Alan's not happy.
Okay, Adrian, this bastard's holding you up. You've got to find a way past. Pretty slow into Remus.
Had some really good running with both Max, who's in front, and Marco, who's in front of Max. Unfortunately, both those times with those drivers.
Mario, car number 1 is now in the lead. Car left. Hold your line. Clear left. Good pass, mate. That was fucking brilliant.
It was under blue flag conditions.
Car in front is Marco. Car right. Clear right.
Do-si-do, and around we go. Oh, Max. Let's get back up to Marco. Sorry to hear that, Vlad.
The car in front of us is now Barnes, and their rating is 4.2.
Sometimes it's all for the best, though.
Your lap time was 111.46.
Woo!
Taylor, car number 5, is now leading.
Come on, Max.
You've just done a 110.27. That's your quickest lap in this session. Incident in Remus. It looks like Barnes. Perez, car number 10, is leading the race.
Ooh. With all respect, so I've inherited a 4X there because I 0X'd with Max, then the car behind's just ploughed into Max.
The gap to Sulis behind is now 2.0. P10, the driver in front of us is Marco.
So if you've never heard of incident point inheritance, if you tap a car and get a 0X, you might cause them to crash. So for a short time after you get an incident point with someone, you're sort of included in their incidents. So if you tap someone and they go off, you'll get a 1X as well. Because you may have caused them to go off.
There's an incident in turn 7. Looks like it's Taylor. Incident in turn 8. It looks like Taylor.
Oh, Tyler. Hope that wasn't Tyler's hardware. I have the field of view set to 90, I think. It's whatever the headset does natively.
Taylor is now on softs. Now 2.0.
Ooh. An enduro. Oh, we might be able to arrange that.
That was 110.42. Mario, car number 1 is leading.
I'm not very competent in cars with a roof. In fact, I'm not very competent in just other cars, so got to keep that in mind. My sports car I rating is 1.7k. Ooh. Tyler's not pleased with Mario.
New fastest lap for Mario, 109.23. To Marco in front is now
One way to
1.5.
judge field of view in VR
That last lap was at 110.78.
is to keep an eye, or to try to guess, I suppose, the actual size of like the wheel and stuff. Should look like it's the right size. But yeah, you probably should match the field of view to your hardware so that it displays realistically.
1.8.
I mean, I think field of view should always try to set it as close to realistic as possible. I know some people are like, oh yeah, just whatever, you throw some numbers in, if it looks good, great. But the idea of field of view is to make sure that something that appears to be, you know, 10 meters away actually looks 10 meters away.
Perez, car number 10, is now in the lead.
So if you don't have the field of view set correctly, you can be essentially looking through the world, the virtual world, through a fisheye lens. Which means the speed at which things approach you will change, and apexes will move in ways you may not expect from everything you know from the real world. And it's not the simulation's fault, it's just you're looking at a warped view.
Well, that was at 110.65. Sector 1 is 0.7 off the pace.
I don't know, I'd kind of be surprised. I'd love for them to be working on a new car.
You think it might be Sulis?
It hasn't one of the other sims, I didn't do any actual research on this, but didn't one of the other sims just have an issue at the last minute, releasing a download pack of old F1 cars due to licensing agreements with FOM?
Your last lap time was at 110.80.
Flippin' heck.
Pay attention to track limits, please, Adrian.
Ah.
The car in front is Valage, and their rating is 4.6.
Turn 1 sucks, and I was
Red yellow flag.
having to do it differently because Marco was so slow in front of me all of a sudden. Just that lap I caught up. I don't know, if you start dropping that much lap time, maybe you've done something to your tyres and you need to box. I don't know. Marco, if you're watching this back,
Mario, car number
frustration is aimed at myself, not you. You didn't do anything wrong as such.
In. The gap is 0.7. P11. Come on, get your head back into it. Keep it smooth. Focus on these lines.
Alright, got to get back in the rhythm now. Don't put your foot down on the gravel. Good move, Adrian.
That's a new fastest lap for Mario, 109.00.
Alright.
Gap to Sulitz behind is now 0.44.
Yeah, that absolutely could.
6-1. Right side. He's still there. Clear right. Car left. There's an incident here. We think it might be Sulitz. Clear left.
Sorry, Luca. Yeah, let's go for the two-stopper. I'm much happier on the soft. We'll come out, we'll blast away on the soft. See what we can do.
Watch your speed limit in the pits. Pit lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour. .100 meters. 50 meters. Front left, 80%. Rear left, 84. The exit's cleared. Don't cross the white line. Okay, Adrian, the next car is Alfaro, and their rating is 2.5. Your tyres are cold, watch out.
Oh crap. Got Dennis and Max fighting behind. I should have looked at my pit window. Oh, holy heck, we're in open. Use some attack.
P14.
God. Up 43, Roger. Thank you very much. Crap, tyres aren't up to that yet.
Okay, Adrian, ignore that fucker in the mirror. Stick to your line. Nail those exits. Quicker than you, entering Remus. Sulitz is pitting from P17. We think he'll come out just behind you. P12. That lap time was 1:10.122. The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 34
lovely.
Celsius. On your right, incident in our horse. Looks like it. Alright, he's still there. You're right. Red yellow flag. There's debris out there. That's disappointing, but shit happens. Keep pushing.
Alright, Max, come on. You've either got to tow us along or we're coming past.
The next car is Barnes, and their rating is 4.2. You've just done a 111.00. King is now on softs. Left side. Still there. Clear left. P11. There's an incident in Remus.
Need to save up some battery. I might be able to get Max where he doesn't expect it.
That lap was a 109.88. Good lap. That's your quickest today.
Uh-oh.
There's an incident in Niki
Bye,
Lauda.
Max.
Looks like it's Barnes.
Sorry to see that.
Alright, Adrian, the next car is Hara.
Don't do it yourself, Adrian.
The car ahead is a lap behind.
Well, nice in a way in that it clears the road for us and means we don't have to fight Max, but not nice because, you know, Max is cool. Yeah, I saw
They got behind.
the understeer
6 seconds.
and that Max was on the curb and I thought
10th position. The lap time was at 110.68.
it was going to be slow. Felt like I had some margin to go on the inside just so that my exit was less compromised. Yeah, let's see how close we can get to Vincente. What are we running at the moment? Our best is a 9.8. That'll be our delta will be to 9.8. we're doing another 10-1 here.
That was a 110.03.
Come on, Adrian. Can't turn the wheel that much and expect it to actually have any grip.
The gap to Idler behind is now 1.4.
It's a shame that Max disappeared because I wanted to see if I could charge up the battery and make the pass into turn 9 with the extra speed I seem to be able to carry through 6, 7 and 8. Would have been fun.
That lap time was 109.65.
Too much? Too much.
Track limits, watch those lines.
Ooh.
E10.
Hopefully I can keep doing that. That lap wasn't so great, but
The gap to Idler behind is increasing. It's now 4.8 seconds.
Blah. That wasn't a great one either. Come on, Adrian. There we go. Made the mistake last week of driving the W12 around here.
Your lap time was 110.00.
I was actually slower than in this car because I just couldn't get used to how much grip it had. Half the time you're like mid-corner and it almost feels like some sort of Goliath giant
is now 5.9.
has grabbed the other end of the steering column and is just pushing back going, yeah, you can turn harder. You could have been faster here. Insanity. Just feel through the force feedback there was more.
110.00.
Some lunatics are. Luke probably is. He's got scars. From that Suzuka racer, I think he qualified on the front row and was generally pretty fast, but fell back a little and just got stuck behind MDF people all over their gearbox for the entire part of the lap, except the two straights when they just pull away by a car length.
Behind is increasing. It's now 8.8.
He was very frustrated after that.
Last lap time was at 110.00.
Settle, Adrian.
Okay, Adrian, you're reeling Para in. The gap is 8.9.
But yeah, Luke tends to lean towards an MDF these days. I am at some point going to embark on a project to look at my old replays of races. Try to pick out the tracks where you just can't run an MDF, like Phillip Island. I need to give feedback that it needs to be changed. Even the iRacing set's a fine MDF set, you just flick it over.
Tenth position. Come on, we can do better than this. Focus on your exits, keep it smooth. Lap times are pretty consistent.
Forgot I was in attack.
8.1.
Marco's pitting.
The gap in front is now 7.8 seconds. The gap to Baidler behind is increasing. It's now 10 seconds. Okay, Adrian, the next car is Marco.
No worries. Sleep well, have a good week. Thanks for dropping by. Good to see you around.
The gap to E9 in front is now 6.8 seconds.
Hopefully.
That was a 110.18. 7 to 1 is 0.5 off the face. The car in front of us is Harrow. louder. The gap to P1 behind is now 4.8 seconds, 1 lap ahead, P10. The gap to Arrow ahead is now 5.4 seconds.
Come on, Adrian. Don't lose concentration.
Last lap was at 1:10.62. The gap to Arrow ahead is now 1.0 seconds. In front is now 5.2.
Try not to spin it, Adrian.
Sector 1 is 0.7 off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.1 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.29 off the pace. Blue flag Radler behind is pitting now. Radler is now on softs. Blue flag. Flag. To P1 behind is now 1.0, 1 lap in front. Alright Adrian, you've used half your fuel. That's half distance. You've just done a 110.19. Car right. Clear right. Alfaro is now on softs. Gap to P9. Ahead is increasing. It's now 6.3 seconds. Baloch is pitting from P5. Expect him to come out a bit behind you. Fastest lap for Clark, 108.87. now 2.0 seconds.
Alright.
They're quicker than us through A1. New fastest lap for Marco, 108.63.
Need to try to put a couple of seconds into Balash, even though Balash is on fresh soft tyres. So, concentrate face on.
E9, that was at 110.91.
I may not be able to do that though. Just may not have the tyre life for it. Balash is going to have DRS.
Hara ahead is
Oh, thank
pitting.
God.
E8, that lap time was 110.61. Sector 1 is 1.2 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.5 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.32 off the pace. Hara is now on left side. Clear left. The track temperature is falling. It's now 32 Celsius. That's disappointing, but shit happens. Keep pushing. Come on, Adrian. In front of us is Balash, and their rating is 4.6. E9. Just cut the track. Need to give back the time gained.
Ah, stupid.
That's a new fastest lap for Karen, 108.61. Mario is pitting. Car ahead has just done at 108.68. The leader is now on softs. The gap to Balash ahead is increasing. It's now 3.2 seconds. Stenison is now on softs. You've just done a 110.40. You're a second off in sector 1. The gap to P8 ahead is increasing. It's now 4.7. Ahead is increasing. It's now 1.6. That lap was at 110.40. Okay, Adrian, that's good consistency. Keep it up. Fastest lap for Mario, 108.24.
Come on, Adrian. Trying to race for a
Balage ahead is increasing. It's now 7.3 seconds.
pit window. It looks like it's going to have to deal with coming out straight into a battle. Hey Tom, thanks.
That lap was at 110.82. That's a new fastest lap for Mario, 108.04.
Let's go in a box.
The gap to Balage ahead is now 8.8 seconds. Look out for the pit speed limit.
Another set of soft tyres, please.
Mario, 107.90. 50 metres. Front left, 70%. Left rear, 77. There's traffic on the exit. Keep it tight. On your left. Clear left. Blue flag. Alright, Adrian, the next car is over there. Car right. Still there. Right side's clear.
On you go, Sean. See if we can use Sean to catch up to those cars in front.
P11. King behind is pitting. The gap ahead is
Looks
now
like we can't.
6.
Sean's too damn fast.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 30 Celsius. That was at 109.43. That's your quickest lap in this session. Yellow flag, watch out.
Oh, Dennis. I think that was Dennis. Oh, mate.
The next car is Hara.
Ouch. Turn 1 claims another.
New fastest lap for Mario, 107.87. Okay, Adrian, you're reeling. Hara in. The gap's now 5.2. They're slow through A1. Tenth position.
Whew.
Just done at 109.14. That's your best lap in this session. The gap to P9 in front is now 5.2.
Thanks, mate.
Blue flag.
He says making a meal of turn 3.
The gap to P3 behind is now 4.4 seconds. One lap ahead.
Leopold's faster, Leopold will pass. Won't hold him up. Gotta run our own race too. This really is one hell of a track to throw one of these things around. Must be absolute insanity, IRL.
109.75.
Come on, Leopold.
Car right. Right side's clear.
Dirty air.
10th position. The gap in front is now 5.4. That lap time was 109.92.
The dream is over. The DRS dream is over. Mind you, we've got downforce through these two corners again now that it's less dirty air. They're more pleasant.
The gap to E9 ahead is now 4.5. You've just done at 109.02. That's your best lap in this session.
Whew.
Slippery surface flag, be careful. The gap to Arrow ahead is now 4.6.
Alright.
That was at 109.21.
Flippin' heck, Adrian. Remember when you're in attack mode.
Front is now 4.2 seconds.
They're catching in front, but only just barely. Car immediately in front is a lapped car, so hopefully we'll get some nice DRS from there.
That lap was at 109.38. Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace. The gap to Para ahead is now 3.1. On your right, clear right.
Right, now the car ahead is for position.
The track temps increasing. It's now 32 Celsius. That lap was at 109.01. Good lap. That's your best in the session. The gap in front is now 2.5 seconds.
We don't need to do anything different. We've been catching fast enough to make it by the end of the race, I think.
That's the fastest lap for Clark, 107.84. The gap ahead is now 2.5. Now 2.6.
Come on.
You've just done a 109.23.
Yes, almost. Come on, Adrian.
That was a 109.27. The gap to P9 in front is now 1.8 seconds. The gap in front is now 1.7 seconds. Your last lap time was at 109.22. The gap to Para ahead is increasing. It's now 2.3
Yeah, that's because
seconds.
Para's driving faster.
The gap to Para ahead is now 2.1 seconds. That lap time was 109.32. Good consistency. Keep them coming.
Ah, come on.
Fastest lap for Mario, 107.72. You're reeling Para in. The gap's now 1.9. That was 109.06.
No.
Blue flag.
Alright, let's see how bad the damage feels. And if we can be fast enough to hold this P10, or if we need to box for a wing and give it up to...
The gap to 6th place behind is now 0.7, 1 lap ahead. Barnes is getting closer. The gap is now 9.6 seconds.
DRS would have been handy to keep if we could.
Barnes is gaining on you. The gap's now 7.1 seconds.
Alright, if only we can...
Incident in Power Horse. It looks like Karen.
Oh. Yeah, we're just bleeding time.
Decreasing. It's now 30 Celsius.
Doesn't look like you have a rear wing, Sean.
The gap to P1 behind is now 4.2 seconds. 2 laps ahead. Clear right. Blue flag. Red and yellow flag for debris.
Just put 2 seconds back on. Oh, really? Poor Max must have had a moment.
The gap to Barnes behind is now 8.0 seconds.
Oof.
Luke, I think you have a slow.
One more lap to go.
I don't see the white flag. Mario's got it behind us. That's why the 1 lap to go was called, because Mario's behind us and crossed the line.
Okay, Adrian, we've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines.
So if we can cross the line
Gap 2, P1 behind is now 2.9
before
seconds.
Mario,
2 laps ahead.
we've got this spot, we can't lose it.
There's an incident in turn 8. You think it might be Karen? Mario took the win. 1 more lap to go.
Well,
Incident in Nicky Lauda. You think it might be Barnes?
P10 in the end. Not too bad.
Right, guys, well done for the podium.
Surface flags out.
Ah, thanks. P10.
P10. Okay, that's the finish. Well done, mate.
Turn 1 is a nightmare. Well, Tom, there's quite a few other live streams of mine from other races. There's 3 other ones from this week here at Red Bull Ring. You're gonna go if you wanted to go back and watch one. There's probably Mexico last year. I had a lot of good fun. Yeah. What else? The Thursday night, the fixed, the first fixed at the Red Bull Ring here, had some really great battles. So yeah, if you wanna jump around and watch a few of those, I'll leave all the streams up afterwards. Posterity, really? But let's have a quick look at start of the race. Here we are starting on the outside. Oh, Luke got a podium. Yeah, oh, looking at this. I have a bit of a rule on these starts not to jerk side to side. So when I sort of got boxed in there, I couldn't see clearly. I mean, I probably should have. If I get into my cockpit, probably should have done. You can't really see. It's like incredible. You can't really see in these F1 cars. But maybe I should have glanced in the mirror, had a bit of a look. Maybe I should have gone off, but it looks a lot more congested than it does from behind. Tried to keep it nice and neat and clean around there. And I think we picked probably should have, instead of following, who was I following here? Balash. Instead of following Balash, I probably should have tried to slot in on the apex, because see, Balash is wide of the apex. We'd been able to slot through there on the racing line and end up just behind Vernon, end up in that F1 car size space next to Balash on the apex. That would have been awesome. But we didn't. We ended up wide enough to be on the curb, so I was slow getting on the power, and Max outran us. Oh, Marco, that's no good. Max there, yeah. And where were my... Actually, I'm going to look at incidents. I don't want to be too long because the actual real race is kicking off. Oh, sorry, a bit over an hour. Where are we? Tyler. Let's see what happened to poor old Tyler. Slap. Tyler is in P2. Mario behind. And Eric. Right, we'll have to see what happened to Eric. A little bit. Leopold just behind as well. Tyler's harassing. Oh. Yeah. I think the issue as well is yeah, Tyler. I mean, so you've tried to defend a bit, and then he's still tried to make it work. I mean, with the benefit of hindsight, the thing to do was to get to about here and go, hey, I need to leave room because he's going to try to come through, and just swing out to the racing line and then take a sort of car wide through the corner. But yeah, there's a lot of netcode. Oh no, I mean, yes.
Oh, that was intense.
You left room, but
What happened, Sean?
You left room, but what I'm saying is it's more with the benefit of hindsight, knowing that there's giant netcode there.
I don't know. My only issues I've ever.
Sorry, Luke and Sean. You left room, yes, but it's sort of like you've got to leave. Obviously, you've got to leave more room because of netcode, but I'm just saying with the benefit of hindsight. That's why, like, you couldn't know actually in the car, but with the benefit of hindsight, you should have swung out and tried to both go through the corner. But yeah, I mean, I suppose, yeah. I think, yeah. I mean, you've squeezed, and you've only squeezed as much as, you know, you've squeezed a fair amount. The trouble is coming into a high-speed corner like this. It's just, this is the type of corner that the netcode prediction gets wrong all the time. Yeah, I suppose you kind of got to assume that the person's not going to be smart. Not that I'm saying Mario's not smart. Mario's obviously a very intelligent driver, but yeah, that's just heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Because yeah, that could have been a mega battle. Obviously, Luke would have been disappointed with the qualifying, but yeah. Yeah, well, I mean the real shame here is that it wasn't like equal consequences. Like that's the real shame, I think. That it's not like you obviously get smacked. But yeah. I didn't actually see how Eric got past. Go and have a look at that. Fighting away, fighting away, fighting away. Yeah. I mean it's smart racing. And he dived early enough. Like I see people here, they dive out like the car in front's like back a bit, about at the 50 board, and then they suddenly dive out and try to make the corner. You're at the 50 board, you're looking for your turning point, you're looking at the apex. But no, this was a good move. I like this move. Respectful from both. Everyone gets room. But yeah. I mean, you, as I said, you left enough room for a car, but unfortunately not enough room for the netcode. And big sweeping corners, like this one, it's really difficult for the netcode to predict when the driver is going to turn their wheel. That's all that's happened there. Turning of the wheel's been so minute, it just hasn't come through to your system. So that's an absolute tragedy. Different. I mean, yeah. Let's see what happened to poor old Dennis. Oh, it's so minute. Why do you say farcical? Curb just induces an oversteer and then the front's grip up. Yeah, I ran fixed sets. In terms of speed difference. Well, around here it's not so bad because of the DRS. I don't think. Yeah, I mean they're pretty big. They're whole packages. But yeah. Hey Max. Did you have a whoopsie? I expected you to be a bit higher up. Because you drove away from me on the first couple of laps. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yes. You've just locked the rears, gone round. I saw it happening. I go inside. I 0x on you. Sorry about that. Oh, really? Ah. Here I was thinking that with my big head that I'd pressured you into a mistake, Max. Way to burst my bubble. But yeah, Luca. Let's like yeah, maybe quite possibly. But then also Mario's Mario. He gets to the front of races by being aggressive. So as I say, I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you left enough. I think you left enough gap for like IRL. It's just with the latency, it sucks. It does suck. But yeah, this is just an example of where you need to be sort of a bit heads up. So Max has had the issue. You're looking at Max go around like that's not the line through the corner. You know there's an incident, and you've gone in almost as fast, and then we get damage for both of you. Hope so. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a big shame, Tyler. Big shame. Yeah, your front wing was busted. Just slow down a bit more, people. Car obviously stopped on the track. What does the next car do? That's Balash. Alright. Maybe that's a bit of I'm gonna make sure I go behind the car because you're unlikely to reverse, but still. But yeah, your front wing's gone. Marco, you want to see lap 20? Oh, it's a 114. DRS. Got the DRS again. Alright. I mean, that's the move to here is fine because Vernon's moved first, but then there is a bit of a drift afterwards, which isn't great. Yeah, I think all that you could probably do there is go as far as you could down the big open track. I would have taken the fact that there was a lot of defense there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just a shame. we've seen real life drivers make this judgment. Yeah, I mean, you're not getting it stopped on the grass from on the grass there. But yeah, probably you could have tucked in behind. Not telling you how to race. I think that's just unfortunate. The extra bit of, like, technically it's not drift because the track sort of curves underneath, but the extra bit of drift is not nice, but also, you know, mostly left you a car room. It See, I'm actually not sure whether that's naughty or whether that's just you're distracted by your mirrors. I'm willing to write. Well, tell you what, let's hop on the cockpit of Marco, but yeah, see, the wheel doesn't move. I'm willing to write that off as, I'm willing to be kind and say that was somebody looking in their mirrors. That's what I would have done. There's a couple of points in this race where I'm like glancing up to read chat, or I'm flicking stuff on the steering wheel, or I'm glancing in the mirror at somebody, and you know, I basically drive straight off track. So, you know, it does happen, especially in these long races. So yeah, I think that was just a bit unlucky, a bit optimistic, Marco, from you. You know, when the when it wasn't a big gap. So once again, this is with hindsight. You know, we know what happens here. So, um, so yeah, we know what happens here. So it's all hindsight is 2020. But probably, depending on the overspeed, how much overspeed? Yeah, probably sending it down the left, even if, as you say, you weren't going to make it. That was probably the slightly smarter play. That's interesting, though. Okay. Yeah, no, I thought that there was, when you initially come up behind and then you go down one side and then you flick to the other. I thought that Vernon went right and then went back to the left, but didn't. Yeah, I mean, in the end, this is racing. Vernon's racing. Yeah, the move to the center of the move to defend. There, this is where he starts going right. That's done before Marco moves, so good. That's the difference between defending is which car moves first. So a defense is moving before the car behind. A block is moving after the car behind, essentially. So there we go. All right. Is there anyone that we want to see? Oh, we wanted to see what happened to Eric. Eric up, yeah, because Eric was right up the front. How did Eric get to up the front? Because Eric started a fair way back. Pass there. Bothering Luke. Luke's lost the DRS. Ooh. Fair play. He got that pass done. Luke made it difficult. He got it done. Now you got to get past Leopold. A bit of fighting helps. Oh, yeah, well done. Nice. Takes advantage of Leopold getting past. Is that Sean? Yeah. This is fast. Eric was I was fighting with Eric the other night further down, so this is ooh. Yeah. But yeah, no. I think Leopold was not expecting that dive bomb at all. But once again, like when he sent it on you, Tyler, look at this, at the 150, because what, we're braking at the 100, so well before the braking point, stepping out. If, you know, got time, like, as you start braking to see in your mirrors. I mean, could have been slightly closer to the apex, but doesn't necessarily have to be. Maybe. Did he mention something? I mean, 20 laps would be surprising. Oh, what a move. That's where he gets past Tyler. It says client manually disconnected. See what happens at the end of this lap. Yeah, no, that's a disconnect. So I don't know if he could have had less fuel, but yeah. Disconnection. So no need to be pissed, Tyler. Well, Tobias, good to have you spectating. Hope you had a good time spectating. Thanks for coming in the chat, everyone. Thank you, Tyler, Tobias, Marco, Smokey. Thank you for being here. Emily, if you listen to all of this back later. Yeah, Vito was in earlier. Tom, all the people that have watched this who haven't popped into the chat live, you're very welcome. Thank you for watching. And yeah, so somewhere out here, rather than looking at, you can look at a bit of slow-mo TV mixed of myself and Max battling it out on track. Thank you also for popping in and commenting, Max. It was great racing with you. Oh, a bit wide on that curb there, Max. And yeah, that was a fun race. Apart from my couple of little mistakes, it was annoying. But hey, P10 in the end. That's a pretty good result, I think, especially in a 3.6k SOF. And yeah, I'm off to prep myself to watch the real race, which I believe kicks off in about an hour. So yeah, enjoy that if you're tuning in, and have a great time. Catch you in a couple of weeks for, is it Silverstone? I don't even know. Well, I think it's in 2 weeks' time. Either going to be Silverstone or Hungary. One of the two. It's going to be another fantastic time because, yeah, these races are really great. And there's some good participation, and there's some great people, like most of you in the live chat, to race with. It was a great battle with Max here. Shame we couldn't take it all the way to the end and move a bit further up standings for both of us. But yeah, I had a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm sure I'll have a lot of fun in a couple of weeks. Till then, see you later.